What's up, guys? Welcome to the Uncaged Network. I'm Nazim Sadykhov with the main host. I'm the co-host. The main host, Charlie, the Cannibal Quinn.
What the fuck?
Yeah, guys, this is the first time I'm coming out and doing any content or any interview or anything about my fight. We're going to chop that up today a little bit. We'll talk about the fights over the weekend with Manel and the Flyweight picture, which just got really interesting, by the way. And just chop up a little bit of life. That's it, Same thing we always do. And just in advance, just want to give a light apology to those people that are waiting for episodes and guests and all this stuff. We are very much underway. But obviously we had camp, and it's hard to manage these things when you're over here in Vegas running back and forth to PI, camp, training, this opponent, that opponent. So just, bear with us. We got a great guest that we've talked to already that we're going to have over the next few weeks. A lot of ideas, a lot of breakdowns. And I am looking to interpret Call of Duty, which this is the first time I'm ever mentioning it publicly. I run Warzone, and I've been trying to start a stream for the longest. So definitely going to get that going too, to be announced. And I know everybody's switching over to Battlefield, but we'll run a little bit of both. Some Warzone, some Battlefield. We'll have all that stuff for you guys. Anything, my bro?
You must have went to PR training for the past few weeks.
Go home. That's it. I just talked for 5 minutes.
I can't believe it. I didn't even have to say anything. This is awesome. I'm excited to be back. It's always fun being in front of the cameras and chopping it up and,
yeah, brother,
using our platform for a very good cause and good reason. I'll obviously the big elephant in the room. I'll let you address it. Everybody's wondering. UFC's off 6 weeks. What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I have no idea. 6 weeks of no UFC is horrendous. Has that happened in ever?
It's usually like 4 or 5, but 6 is a lot. Yeah, 6 is a long time.
But we're making a big transition to Paramount. Oh, interested to see what that's going to look like. I know the UFC is going to come with a lot of new tricks up their sleeve. It's not 6 weeks off of, people getting hammered. I'm sure a lot of people behind the scenes are going to be working hard.
Now, when we say 6 weeks off, that's got to take you back to your roots where it all started. Like, it's not 6 weeks off of everything. Like, there's still regional events going on. Sure, you still got a ton of friends back home fighting. I got friends back home fighting all around the country. Like, there's still other events. So this is where, those guys who are trying to get onto the next scene, they kind of shine and they make a name for themselves.
For sure. And I think 6 weeks off it's healthy. Like once in a blue moon, you just got to reset.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to come back hungry with a fresh pair of eyes, fresh mind, or for at least I will, as a fan of the sport, I will. So like a reset is not a bad thing. We're going to have a nice little reset. We're going to come to a new interface in Paramount. And like I said, UFC, they're cooking, man. They're going to have a lot of big fights to start off the year, and I'm sure it's going to go on throughout the whole year. UFC is in the craziest place it's ever been. So I know for a fact that the amount of fights that we're going to have that everybody is hoping for, even though there's this conversation about who deserves the title shot and what weight class and this and that, there's that conversation, sure. But as far as entertainment, we're going to be entertained throughout the whole 2026, and I'm confident in that. We're going to have some great events, some great pay-per-views. We got that White House card coming in 2026. It's going to be a crazy year. UFC is probably their craziest year. Every year tops the last. So
where would you rank this past year, 2025? This had to be one of the crazier years we've had in a very long time.
I can't tell. I'm such a big fan of the UFC itself. But even me, somebody that's a lifelong fan that doesn't really miss an event, I'll watch the most unknown Apex prelims to the biggest, most talked about fights. Yeah. But even with myself being the big, huge fan that I am, I find it hard to keep up with everything. I haven't seen certain people's fights sometimes, and it's like they're like big names. And it's not because I'm acting like Hollywood or I don't give a shit. It's because literally I just can't keep up. There's just so much happening, and then fight after fight, and so much title changes, and these guys got beef, and then this is happening, and this superstar rises and this superstar dies, and it's like it's just hard to keep up simply. So
everybody shits on the Apex. I love the Apex. The Apex is, in my opinion, outside of Madison Square Garden, the best place on earth to watch a fight. You could hear everything. You see everything up front. You get a real natural reaction from the crowd, and you feel it amongst each other. And then you get free food, free drinks, free everything. Like it's just a good.
It's not free, bro. People paying thousands of dollars to get into the building. This guy gets a wristband because he's my guest and he thinks everything's free, out of his mind.
No, what I'm saying, like even when you pay for it, like it's you get everything all inclusive. Is what I'm trying to say. Like you know what you're getting.
It's a dope experience.
You know what
it's
you're
a
getting.
great experience for the fan and everything. I just think the frequency of it. I don't think we need 16 Apex cards or 50 Apex. I don't know how much there is, but
I agree with that. But I also think we could just, I mean, it's easy for me to say we could build the Apex a little bit bigger. I'm not paying for it, but I think the sport itself is giving more opportunities for guys to be in the promotion by giving you those Apex events. But we don't really need them because we're making, like the UFC's making as much money with the Tuesday shows with the Contender Series and when they're doing the Ultimate Fighter and stuff like that. So it's like the Apex is just to really keep the business going and keep the ball rolling. That's what I think. That's what I think at least. It's just to keep it coming in and giving guys an opportunity. And these low level guys aren't getting the prelim guys are most of the time debut guys or second or third fights, and they're still in their early first contract and stuff.
Listen. I don't disagree. But I agree to a certain extent. I just would like to see UFC go to more unique places. Like, how cool was Azerbaijan for everybody all around? Like, Dana was thrilled.
I agree.
The staff, I talked to everybody from the PI. Everybody was like thrilled. Like, whoa, this is beautiful. New culture, new faces.
Yeah, like
no
shade to
cool.
No shade to Australia by any means, but like they go to Australia every year, multiple times. They go to France multiple times every year.
They can do it multiple times.
I'm saying they could go to different countries. Like we got to go back to Japan.
Yeah.
Gotta go back to Japan. 100% UFC's got to go to Japan. Yeah. Like there's just places that they got to tap into that either they haven't been to or they haven't been to in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's probably places that we're not even thinking of that can host such a beautiful show, such a big show, and unless the UFC brings the attention to that place, we won't really ever think or know about it. Who the hell knew that? Like Paris was going to be such a madhouse of a fan base. Every time they go to Paris, it's insane. Same thing with Baku and did they ever? When was the last time they were in Japan?
I think 10 years ago.
Yeah, you see,
like once in the last 10 years, something like that.
I think the UFC of today, if they hit Japan, I think it's
Japan's a madhouse for combat sports. It's one of the originators of huge fanhood of the sport.
Yeah.
I think that would be huge. But the White House too. That honestly, it's dope. I think it's a lot cooler because we're in America. Like it means I guess a little bit more to people in America than overseas. People think it's all like a gimmick or whatever. But listen, I don't really have any views or anything on presidents, stuff like that. I'm not a politics guy. I don't know anything about that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's still like a really monumental moment. It's an epic fucking moment that no one in a million years ever would think of. It's kind of gladiator shit. Like it's really cool shit, and I think it'll be dope to see. I don't know the logistics of it. I don't know how safe it is, but it's a twist. If we're asking for go to all these different countries and all these different places, that's supposed to be like the pinnacle of our country. So why not run it? Run it.
Who do we have over the weekend?
Royval and Kape was really, 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 really violent, as all of Royval's fights usually are, as all of Kape's fights usually are. You know him pretty well, right? You know him decently, Manel?
Yeah. We're like always like chatting up a little bit here and there at the PI and stuff. Like
I've always been.
I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's on the run that he is meant to be on. And sometimes when you get into the promotion, you step on a fork here and there, trying to prove and trying to establish the best version of yourself. But eventually you get there sometimes. And in Manel's case, he is. And I'm happy to see it. And I think the title picture is definitely close. I don't think he's far from the title picture. And he's right. He just starched a guy that Joshua Van went to
toe-to-toe.
Absolute war
fight of the year. Outside of your fight, everybody thinks that's the fight of the year.
Yeah, so that's something to think about. I want to see my boy Charles Johnson.
Energy.
Charles, yeah. I want to see Energy be closer to the title picture because that guy is talented, gritty, long-rangey, dangerous, well-rounded. but he's like nowhere near the conversation for whatever reason. And he starched Van last year.
He fights everybody. He fought the kid Kavanaugh who had all the hype. He
So,
fights everybody,
Yeah.
all the young guys. He takes every fight. So yeah, I agree with that. I think
Yeah.
he needs more hype around his name because he beats most of these guys, or he goes toe to toe with them.
yeah. So there you go. For me, I think Manel should get the next shot, but who else? Is it Pantoja and him are not rematching?
Pantoja's hurt.
Yeah,
So
he's hurt.
Pantoja's
So he's
gonna
out
be
for, let's say, 6 months to 8
I think
months.
he's gonna fight. It's gonna be a fucking banger. What's his name? They wanted to do this fight in Japan.
Oh.
Tetsuya Taira.
So they're going to do
They
that
wanted
for
to
the
do Van
title?
and Taira for the title in Japan. That's
Meaning
what,
Manel won't get the shot.
that's what I read on Twitter.
So you know what they're going to
solidified.
do? Do you know what they're going to do? What I think, my prediction, I think if Manel doesn't get the shot next, it's going to be him versus Energy. Winner of that gets the shot versus the winner of Taisura. I don't want to butcher his name.
Yeah, I can't say his name either. But
Taisura.
I call him Tetsuya
He's
Taira.
a world-class talent. Like, impressive, amazing. But as a champion and champion qualities, I like to see Manel as champ. He's interesting, mouthpiece, checked. Got heavy hands, checked. Beautiful striking, explosive, fun to watch. He's a fun champ. He would be a fun champ.
Mouthpiece is an understatement. He came into the UFC with one of the most wild quotes. I can't even say the quote. One of the most wild quotes ever. When he went after Adesanya.
Yeah.
He did that and then got into the beef with Makayev in like a 2-week span. He was batting 1,000. He's good though. He's fun to watch, bro. I love to watch Manel.
That's just
Kape.
a blink. That's just a piece of Manel. Go watch his Risen days. Go watch him slap Ian McCall in the back of the head while they're facing off and shit. Like the dude he's been about it for.
I can always fuck with a guy like that who gets down like that, who's just mad
100%.
aggressive and gets in the cage and fights the exact same way as he is outside.
100%.
It's been a fun few months of fights. Obviously, it was a rough week a couple weeks ago for not just you, but a couple other guys that we know. A guy like Merab, who everybody loved him. He fought 4 times, 5 times this year, I think. One of the greatest bantamweights, if not the greatest bantamweight ever. He lost. Obviously, Peter Yan was in that type of conversation in the last few years before he lost his belt. If there's a guy to lose it to, it's probably that guy.
Piotr?
Yeah.
Bro, Piotr had a great game.
He had a great game plan.
Honestly,
He executed.
can't say nothing. He was prepared. This single leg defense, phenomenal. Double leg defense, phenomenal. Cage wrestling defense, phenomenal. He looked great all around. Looked like a prime but more mature Piotr Yan.
Yeah.
He looked like the Piotr that we know.
Yeah.
And that we've followed for years, but a wiser one now and a much more prepared one now.
Yeah,
one that's seen it all, done it all, has lost it all, has won it all, and has came around and is the smartest he's ever been and the sharpest he's ever been.
Yeah, we talked about it before the fight, and you can go back and watch. I personally said, Rob's great. Wear and tear is real though. When we saw it with Pereira, when he was taking all these fights on short notice, and when you're the man for the company, it's dope and everything. It is cool. He is a guy who is very talented and who is very capable of winning that night. I'm not, making excuses in that aspect. I'm just saying sometimes it catches up to you, and that's the game. I'm not taking anything away from him. I still think he's the greatest bantamweight of all time. I don't think
undoubtedly, bro.
I think he was the fighter of the year.
I don't think the title defenses and
I don't think anything should change as far as him winning all his awards this year because he took that fight. He didn't have to take that fight. Nobody told him, "Hey, Merab, get back in there." He fought in October, bro. Nobody told him, "Hey, bro, you need to go do this." He did it because he wanted to. So I respect that. He went out on the shield. He didn't quit, and
a simple break.
That's it.
Would have the fight would have been.
I just think I think he has 100%. No matter what, whether Yan defends the belt in between, he has deserved a title shot. No matter what, whether Yan wants to fight somebody else while Merab recovers for 5 months, 6 months, if he wants to take time off, Merab has to get a title shot when he comes back. There's no way around it.
I think so.
There's no way around it.
I think so. I think it's undoubtable because he just got caught in his second lap around the division.
Yep.
He got caught stumbling against a Piotr Yan in his second lap after already having beaten him and all the other bantamweight killers.
Well, not only beat him,
the best.
he beat him for 25 minutes. He beat him 25 out of 25 minutes.
Yeah. So the best of the best.
Yeah.
He's beaten the best of the best, the legends, the prospects, the up and comers, the champions, the defending champs or whatever. He's beaten all of them. And he just got caught stumbling on his second lap. It's almost like the dude it's like one of those things. Like, I imagine, like you champ for he wasn't champ for so long, time-wise, but he's just been undefeated and on this unbeatable streak for so long that it's like, you know, you lose touch with reality for a second, I feel like, you know, and I think he is perfectly deserving of a rematch or a trilogy. Or a title shot nonetheless, whoever is holding the belt 6 to 8 months from now. But I think he needs the break. Physically, he needs the break. He's not going to want to take the break. He's going to be good probably in 2 weeks. But he physically needs to take the break, mentally needs to take the break, reset, get into camp, and just be yourself again. Nobody's asking you to do anything different or be just a little bit of game planning, a little bit of strategy, and keep being the same machine that we all see you in the cage, in the gym. And that's it. I think that's his path back to the title if that's in his future.
Yep.
I think that's his path back. Reset, regroup, recover, get after it again.
Yeah, and now
let's go, champ. Well, let's go, Merab. Let's go, machine.
People may think that you're being biased, so I got to ask, you know, I know the answer to this, but is that the friend, Nazim speaking, the teammate, Nazim speaking, or the fighter, Nazim speaking?
Well, I said nothing biased. It's not like I'm over here saying Merab got robbed.
For sure.
He didn't get robbed. He lost. He lost.
I'm saying as far as getting back to it. Taking time off and stuff like that.
Well, like, obviously, like, I would tend to be biased, but I just don't think that taking a break and then getting back on, you know, getting after that belt again is anything biased. I think he physically needs a break. I think he mentally and physically needs a break. He could have probably, if you ask him, what do you want, Merab? Let's say he defended his belt 2 weeks ago.
I want to fight again.
Merab, I want to fight again in February and then April. And then if we can do the White House, I'll do that too. So we probably would have seen him 3 times in the next 6 months anyway.
Yeah.
It's not about what you want. It's about what Mother Nature gave us, these bodies and everything. Some of us are built stronger or more well-endured than others. Some of us are taller. Some of us are stockier, stronger. Some of us are whatever. But we all have the same computer, the same thing. Every body, every soul, every person gets tired sooner or later, whether their mind will admit it or not, because we're fighters. We're going to lie to ourselves anyway. I broke my toe. You know, this is not an insert of excuses. I broke my toe, but I was telling myself I'm okay, and then finished camp, and then we went and fought. It's not a big deal to me. It's not, and you know, I'm not bringing this up but we're gonna lie to ourselves. We're gonna talk about, hey, I'm good. You're bleeding from the side of the head. I got up. I was rattled. I got up. I'm telling the ref, I'm good. Why don't you let me go out? I wanted to keep fighting. It's because we're gonna lie to ourselves. And Merab, he's definitely about it, but he physically needs a break. He physically needs to chill out, get back in the gym, game plan, and he'll be back, bro. He's perfectly capable of getting that title back. So that's
well
it.
Said. I agree with that. I think Merab's the greatest bantamweight ever. I think, however, if we're going to have him sit out 6 months, it would be very hypocritical for me to, you know, bash guys in other divisions who, you know, hold the division up. So that being said, I would love to see Peter Yan fight Umar. I would love to see that fight. We were supposed to see it in Baku. I know there was some issues with injuries and stuff like that. They couldn't get the fight done. This is in no way of me saying that Merab doesn't deserve the shot. I know he does. But if he's going to sit out 6 months, I'm sure Peter Yan's going to want to fight.
Bro, I if anything, like, that's probably going to be the way to go. I just think Merab should be guaranteed a shot.
100%. Regardless of who wins that fight, he deserves it. Either way, they're both going to want to fight him.
This is the tricky thing, though. When either one of them wins, it shakes up the division one way or another, and the picture changes. Yep. This picture, it's actually absolutely, like, it's incredible how much things change. Bro, the same guy that would get knocked out through, like Potan, bro, Pereira, gets knocked out 3 months later, comes back and is world champ again. Bro, this sport is forgetful. I kept saying it. The sport is forgetful. I didn't want to, like, I know that Baku was impressive. People are still talking about Baku, bro. I already had a whole ass another fight. I lost. And they're still talking about Baku. But I'm trying to be forgetful, and a lot of things in this sport are forgetful because the picture changes every few months.
Yep.
the whole division. Like Van winning, that changes everything. Now like 6 different matchups opened up that we would rather see than Pantoja get a rematch.
talk about-
Even though Pantoja also on paper deserves a rematch.
Yeah.
Also dominating, defending, undisputed flyweight champion. Does he deserve it? Yes. Will he get it? I don't know. The landscape changes every 2-3 months, and that's what I'm trying to say here.
Yep, that's why I always touch on. We talked about guys like Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, who have had some of the biggest moments in the company's history as far as exciting and entertainment, and have had some of the been on the worst ends of that stuff where they've been on highlights, and they've both given each other highlights, which is fucking crazy in its own right. But it just goes to show that you could lose in the sport, you could bounce back. Do you want to lose? No. Is the goal to lose? Absolutely not. But you could always bounce back. It's never over. It's never over. There's guys who have 11 losses, 10 losses who fight for championship belts.
Of course, man.
MMA
MMA
is never over.
different. Of course, man. Of course.
It's never over. But, that being said, I'll give you the floor. I'll let you talk. Obviously, you fought, on the final ESPN card, final ESPN pay-per-view. What was the experience like leading up to it fight week? How did you feel fight week? And, just talk to me about the fight.
So, yeah, man. First pro loss in 7 years.
2 different presidents in 7 years.
2 different presidents. Gas prices are at a $2.50 margin of a difference. A lot of things changed in 7 years. I am a different human being than I was 7 years ago. So having experienced it then and having experienced it now is like a world of a difference, Experiencing it at the highest stage in the UFC with all the stakes so high. We were talking about this is the top 15 eliminator. Never heard of that in my life until my own fight.
Yeah.
Top 15 eliminator. Holy shit. Like that you have to eliminate each other for top 15.
Yeah.
But anyways, how do I feel? Of course, man, losing sucks. It sucks. It sucks then. It sucks even more now. And there's nothing good about it other than the fact that you see certain things. Who's there for you, who's with you no matter what. And to be honest, I want to take this moment to give a huge thank you and just send all the love and all the gratitude to the people that care for my health, for my safety, for first and foremost, for me losing. It's like it means the world to me, and I just want to send a bunch of love, bunch of gratitude for that. What do I do now? Nothing. Just get back to the drawing board and keep scrapping. There's years of high-level performances, of knockouts, of finishes, of drama left in me. I had a bad night. I make zero excuses. I hate excuses. I hate when I hear excuses from even on the winning end. Oh, Kyle was winning and this and that. Shut up, man. 2 people come in the cage, 1 steps out. That's it. 1 steps out the winner. I didn't win that night. I didn't step out the winner. And I take full responsibility for everything because at the end of the day, everything that surrounds me, I put myself in that position, good and bad. So I just want to lose and win with class, with gratitude, humbleness, take it on the chin like a man, not make excuses. We can make a million of them. I just wasn't feeling it that night. That's it. That's my only excuse. That's the only thing I have to say. I don't have some mystical explanation for you guys, but my body just wasn't listening to me. It was go time, and I'm ready. I prepared. I came home and I couldn't move for 3 hours some days after training in this camp. I was training very hard, exhausted my body. Looking back, maybe some time will pass. Maybe I'll be able to pinpoint on my own personal mental or physical or training or preparation mistakes. But as far as right now, I just have nothing to say to you guys. I did not perform that night. I did not show anything. To say I got out wrestled, out grappled, I got out everything, and it's. I give all credit to Zion. Like I said, it's fair and square. There's no excuses on my end. I would just say my body wasn't listening to me. I just couldn't get going. I will either eat a shot or or take down or spend some time on a cage or something, and it's time to get going, turn it around. I just had nothing. I don't know. It was just flat, man. And I think my performance shows it. People that know how I perform in and out of the cage, can look at that performance and look at any other performance and see there was a difference. There's something off that night. But, as far as like just taking it humbly, I do. I accept the loss. I still want my Moicano. I'm going to get to him.
Fuck that, man. I want you to get Grant Dawson, man. Fuck all that. I cannot believe what that guy did last week. I just can't believe it, because he's such like a humble, like a normal dude. Like, he's not for the cameras and that type of shit. As far as I know, I don't know the guy personally. Like, this is just me speaking from what you could tell from social media. Guys in the PI on fight week, and I'm watching it. They're in the locker room, I'm watching it, and I look to my right, and I hate watching them fight. And I've said it on this podcast like 5 or 6 times. The big joke is I hate watching them fight. Very boring to watch. Long story short, I see him in the PI. He's talking with Nas. I'm like, that's cool.
Bro, you couldn't fucking wait till we brought up fucking...
I'm ready to roll now. So I see him in the PI. They're talking whatever. And next thing you know, all I hear is, big fan of watching you fight. Can't wait for Saturday, this, that. And like, I asked Nas, like, what did he say? And like, he said the things I thought he said. Like, love your style, love your fighting, this, that. All this stuff. He went out of his way to, say to Nas, like, I'm a big fan of yours. 3 days after the fight.
It's an honor.
It's an honor. He goes, it's an honor, bro. It's an honor to share a card with you or share this. She said it was an honor. It was fucking weird. Whatever. Maybe it was an honor in the moment. Long story short, he loses. He goes on a podcast with Moicano. Who else? And he starts talking shit about Nas, saying, we both get knocked out. Let me get the Sadykhov. And he butchered his name on purpose. He was like, let me get the Sadykhov guy. Fuck off, man. That's all I got to say. Fuck off. Like,
firstly, I didn't get knocked out. And I hope that they will release the body cam footage with audio, because in my most like phased state where I actually got wobbled, I got rocked, I got hurt, no doubt. Like I said, there's no excuses and this and that. But in my most wobbled state, I'm up trying to tell Herzog, yo, is the fight done? Why'd you stop the fight? Like, let me go out. Let me keep fighting. Because I wasn't out. Let me go out.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can fight this out. I don't care if I'm losing 14 minutes and 59 seconds of a fight.
Yeah.
I'm dangerous until the final bell rings.
Yeah.
And even after, I'm dangerous too. But I'm dangerous in there for 15 minutes of the fight. And that's... I'm not saying, I would have came back in the third round and done this, and this, but how many third round finishes do I have?
No, of course. I mean,
anything is possible. I'm just saying, give me my fighting chance,
The fan in me really...
Was it early?
50-50.
The bell rang. It's 50-50. It was not a terrible stoppage. It was not a terrible stoppage, but I feel like there's a lot of room for saying that I could have continued. And the first thing Herzog said to me, I remember... which I appreciate him. I know these referees at the end of the day are just looking out for our health. So it's not a knock on Herzog. He's been in some like controversial shit. Let this not be more of a headache for him. I'm cool. I'm straight. Thank you, Herzog. But I will say the first thing he said is like, yo, I know you don't like this now, but this is for your long term. This in the long term you will. And it's kind of like, okay, well, I guess he's watching for my health. But we sign up and we sacrifice the health as is. I lost probably like 2-3 years of my life just going through the camp I just went through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if I got this far and I'm having a shitty night, I'm feeling like shit. Yeah. I don't like how I'm fighting. I don't like anything of the situation. I just didn't love fighting that night, whatever. But with all that, taking all that into factor, I still want my fighting chance. I want to go out on a shield. You guys have seen me in dangerous moments and make adjustments and all that stuff. But anyways, like I said, it's a forgetful sport. Let's forget some of the good moments and let the replays and all that stuff. Let that tell the story. But let's also forget the bad moments too. So officially here on this podcast, I wanted to address it, and I didn't. What better place to let it all out than Uncaged Network. But I wanted to say it here, put this behind me, and just give you guys my word that I will do everything in my power. When I took my first professional fight, my debut loss, when I took the loss, I knew I had to rearrange, adjust, make adjustments, and then we went on this incredible run that got us to the UFC, that got us undefeated in the UFC, that got us to a really good place, and we bumped, we hit a wall, and walls are meant to be smashed, and I'm gonna smash this next wall that's in front of me, this next obstacle. Call it a comeback, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna make the adjustments. I'm going to give my everything, and for years to come, you will see me as a part of some incredible fights, and eventually, we will have that belt around my waist, inshallah, no matter what. I don't care if it's not looking like that now. It's always better to speak from a point of view of a winner. When you lose, it's like you look like the dumbest guy ever. Everything you're doing is wrong. Everybody has criticism and this and this. When you win, you come off as the biggest genius. Oh wow, this guy had it all along. Oh, these coaches that from that were like in the game for 15 years or some shit. From all of a sudden, they were like the biggest genius all along because they have a guy that won a high stakes fight or a belt or whatever the case may be. And that's not a knock on anybody. It's not a shot at anybody. It's just simply saying that winner takes all.
Always.
And loser, unfortunately, you get half your check. You could get the bonus if you put on a fight, but you have a shitty night, you gotta get half your check. Nobody wants to hear your thoughts on life and training and this and that, because obviously if you lost, you're doing something wrong. But my job right now, turn it all around, make you guys forget about everything in my next performance, and that's what we're gonna go after. We'll be back soon. Black Wolf Show is just beginning. We're still very, very young in this shit, and I'm going to get to the top no matter what. I don't care how it looks. It's going to look bloody. It might come with a loss. It might come with 2. It might come with however many. But the end result, go to sleep that one night, wherever that belt, wherever I capture that belt, go to sleep that night and say, everything I sacrificed, everything I did, everything I went through to get here, was worth it, and it's right here, and it's gonna be this belt right here, guys. So I promise you that, guys. I promise you to give 100% of myself, my whole heart and soul, as I have, but now we're gonna do it even more and be even smarter about it. So much love to all you guys for the support. Black Wolf will be back. Anyways, back to what were we talking about before?
I don't know, man. The last thing I said was pretty much fuck Grant Dawson. That was really much it. And I'm sure that's gonna get me into some trouble.
I'd rather watch him play Candy Crush on his phone. I'd rather watch Chris play Candy Crush on his phone than him fight.
That sounds like the best fight to get you back in there, man. Let's get the hype back up. Let's just build it up. Let's get Grant Dawson to come hug your leg. That sounds so fun to watch. I'm in. I'm sold.
Brother, I honestly don't care. Like, first of all, it's Nazim
I love your
Sadykhov.
style. Can I hug your leg?
Not Sadykhov or whoever he wants to fight. It's not me, because my last name is not Sadykhov. It's Nazim Sadykhov. And honestly, anybody could get it, so I don't really see the issue. I just want the biggest, and all the fights will propel me. But we're coming off a loss, so no problem, brother. You want it, you could come get it.
Listen, I gotta say, I respect you coming on here and saying the things you had to say, taking it like a man, taking it like a champ. Folks, if you don't respect him now, when are you gonna respect him? This is how it's done. This is how a professional acts, win or lose. When it's going great, it's easy to be a fan. When it's, not going great, like you said,
That's the truth. That's why I was so delighted. I was so warmed, because I had tens of thousands of messages from wherever, not only Azerbaijan, from wherever, like U.S., England, like just so many people reaching out and letting me know that they're riding with me no matter what. That goes such a long way for somebody like myself. I'm gonna take that energy and just channel into camp, and that's it, man. I am a dangerous man. I'm gonna be an even more dangerous man now, and my next performances will show. So yeah, that the support has been unreal. I haven't addressed it all, but like I said, I wanted to wait till we hop on this, and I'm addressing it now, man. The support has been incredible. I actually don't feel like not one bit, because usually it's like you lose, and from any past experiences of losing, it's like it's a very lonely feeling. You lose by yourself. I didn't feel like that this time. I felt like I lost, but I fell back on so many people that loved me and are genuine fans and, you know, got me my back no matter what. I really feel like there's a lot of people out there that have my back, and I can't tell you guys how grateful I am.
It's crazy, man. The last time you lost a fight, I couldn't legally drink alcohol. I was still trying to play college baseball, and I worked at Sports Illustrated. I lived in Staten Island. Like,
that's pretty tricky. Who was the president? Was it Trump's first term?
It was Trump's first term, yeah. Trump's first term, then Biden, then you got Trump again. So you have 3 presidents now.
That's crazy.
You've had 3 different presidential changes since.
Yeah.
So, listen, at the end of the day, you took it like a champ. It is what it is. Back to the drawing board. People lose, people win. You know, you'll have plenty of more opportunities. You fought 3 times. You wanted to fight 3 times this year.
This is a defining moment, too. This is also interesting. This is very interesting for myself as a fan of my own career from the side. Like, what are you going to do to come back now? Is he going to be the one that breaks, or is he going to be the one that comes back and looks even crazier and genuinely fixes mistakes? Any single time I've taken a loss in life, not only in the cage, in life, I've always came back a stronger, better version of myself. So just naturally telling you, just speaking naturally, that's going to be where I'll chase.
I'll say this. He's got the right support system. I'm on his ass 24/7, but something I learned more during fight week and fight night, his dad is for sure, you know, your biggest fan. He's always dialed in. He knows more about your fights and stats than anybody I've ever met. He knows literally the amount of strikes you landed per round, how much you average per round, how fast the strikes are going. He knows, bro. His background is you submitting somebody. So I just got to say that. I respect the hell out of that, because I know a lot of people whose parents aren't supportive of a sport like this. It's a very, you know, it's a gruesome sport.
Oh, what a shitty birthday present to my dad.
Listen,
by the way. It was his birthday that day too.
Could have been worse.
I put him cage side and get fucking clipped, man. That sucks.
At the end of the day,
he also took it in a way that I was like he was chill, you know. It was just like, yo, like, happens. And at one point he was like, yo, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
He did sit me down. We did have that combo. He's like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, yo, Pop, I don't know. I just was the bell started. I just felt like shit all the way through. Just no reaction, no decision making, no nothing. Nothing was going through my head. It was just fog. And he's like, all right, man. All right.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the way I look at it is you fought 3 times. The year before you fought once, or you didn't fight at all, if I'm not mistaken. That's a big stepping stone in its own right. You've now proved you could fight multiple times a year, 3-4 times a year.
And guess what?
Next year you're going to do it again.
March, April, we back.
Running right back.
March, April.
You know, God willing, there'll be no injuries. You know, you're healthy. You got nothing wrong now. It's just a matter of, you know, take your time, do what you got to do. Back in the gym, you're already back in the gym. And, you know, there's a plan, you know. And how it's executed is only up to one person. And it's the guy sitting to my right. So I got all the faith in the world in him. So should you guys. It's very simple. You got anything to add?
Nothing, brother. I just think that Vegas needs more refined pizza than what I've been seeing after this weight cut. Grimaldi's is the best they got, and Grimaldi's became a branch name. It's from Brooklyn, so it's the best pizza. But you know they.
You want to start this? You want to get going? The pizza in Vegas is dog shit. The bagels in Vegas, dog shit. The Italian in Vegas is okay. The Italian is okay. Now we're talking, Mother Wolf. We're talking. George will take us to some spots.
Well, for what?
For some Italian food. George took us to the Mother Wolf, that Nico's place.
No, those are good.
The food comes in portions for a 7-year-old, but the food's amazing.
Yeah, but it's not Italian food that's a problem. It's specifically bagels. Pizza's not as much of a problem as it was 6 years ago out here.
Bro, the pizza out here is disgusting. Even the Prince Street.
Grimaldi's.
That's it, though. That's like a sit-down pizza.
No, there's like...
We come from a place where you could...
Let's go get some pizza after this.
You could park the car, run in, grab a slice, and come out.
You have work?
I have work tonight at 8, yeah.
What time is it?
We stream. Bless Sports Cards. Make sure you're following us on Whatnot.
We're going to go get some...
you got to meet the dog still.
We're going to get to... Yes, I will. So... Let's wrap it up, just because I wanted this episode to just chop it up, talk a little bit of shit, let you guys know we're here, we're in full effect. We have a bunch of plans for 2026. It's all going to be set in motion. Do understand that, with fighting and camps and this and that, sometimes I stray away, and like the last thing I'm thinking about coming home tired from training is sitting down in front of a camera. And Charlie, as much as I encouraged him to go ahead and do things by himself and invite the guests and stuff, he doesn't want to do without me. That's a loyal friend right there, and I appreciate you too, brother. Thank you for everything. You helped me so much during fight week, before fight week, with this, with everything, man. Like we're just like a sick combo from New York that came over, and we're taking this thing over, step by step, one by one. So yeah, man, that's it. I'm gonna get the streaming going with video games, Battlefield and Call of Duty. I don't really play anything else. I don't do like 2K or any sports games. I literally just hop on after training, during weight cuts, whenever, and just run some Warzone or some Battlefield. So I'll have some stuff about that too. If you guys want to game with me and get your ass kicked by the wolf live, no problem. Anything from your end?
Folks, we will be launching the official Uncaged Network media side of things. So we will have, reporters and media. We will be covering events, regional events. If you're looking to join the team as a writer, reporter, content creator, please do reach out to me, whether it's on Uncaged or my personal socials. We're looking to build a team. We are going to build a team. Team is already being built. If you're interested in being a part of something special, this is the place to be.
Sick lineup of guests coming too.
The lineup of guests is this is the last show you'll see for a while of just me and him. The lineup of guests is top tier.
I wouldn't say that. We're gonna break down fights and stuff. Don't say that, bro.
All right. The lineup of guests is top tier. It's fucking for real. Bro, so I'm excited about it.
Listen, that's it, man. Full steam ahead, full throttle. 2026, 2025 was our year. Landed with a hiccup, no problem. That's God's test for me. I will pass it in flying colors. 2026 is going to be a massive year all around for all of us. So join the team now before it's too late, because we are going to the top. I guarantee you that. I promise you that. And it's a Snapple fact. It is not an opinion. It is not hopefulness. We are going to the top. Snapple fact.
Appreciate everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're following Nas_MMA, all socials. Charlie Quinn MMA, all socials. Uncaged Network. Thank you, guys.
Peace.